friends. If you're here from the future, hope the future's doing all right. So, there was a hotfix that I finally applied to the game. Like, there's an update, and I'm not sure if that will have broken this save. I'm really hoping that it didn't. We managed to load in at least, which is promising. So we still have Martina. You know, even if something went wrong with this save, we can still recreate her. She's about a month in at this point though, so how we doing today? She's still got some eggs on her. We can recreate her. We have the technology, exactly. We can clone her in Zomboid. You're finally feeling better? I'm so happy to hear that. It feels like everybody got sick around the same time. Winter storms seem to do that. I scattered the brains in the same place as I'm scattering them in multiplayer because this is usually where I set up my my tanning stuff. Either that or my stuff disappeared. I'll have to look back at my old saves. But yes, today we are playing Zomboid. Did I come up with a title yet? No, I didn't change the title. There we go. I wasn't sure if we'd be able to log in with Martina, so I wasn't sure about the title. Alright, I mean, we're still in Martina's recovery journey, really. She needs to gain some weight. We'll figure out how to do that before... Oh, let's see. Did that register? There we go. Yeah, that changed it. I had everything set up except the title. Let's see. Yeah, she's at 67 going down. She's gonna go into very low weight soon, so... we gotta rescue her. Playing Odyssey and farming up a bunch of goodies. Nice. Also, welcome back, Karen. Happy to see you. I'll just eat the eggs I got on me. Like, whenever she's not full anymore, we want to feed her, basically. Got some rotten stuff that we can stick in the compost. Other than that, what can we do for her? She does have rabbits. But not very many of them. I'm confused. Didn't we have chickens? What's going on here? Okay, they're all roosting. I was really worried for a second there, like, where did all the chickens go? Did it delete our chickens? Oh, I was missed. I was not feeling good yesterday and it was so cold. I gotta edit some videos, get my computer rendering things. Kicking off some heat, you know? I forgot how far along we were in this one. Everything's so overgrown right now. Alright, we have a nice big herd of sheep. Absolutely no cows. That was the situation here. The final alpaca. Whenever we get back to Dwarf Fortress, the final alpaca probably is going to become a mother at some point. Oh, I am sorry. When PC saves on heating costs, it's a win-win. Yeah. Yeah, part of it I was trying to get the YouTube set up. I realized that Twitch is dropping my VODs after like 2 weeks. So I've been trying to save them before they disappear. You almost played League out of despair. Oh no. What did I force you guys to go to? I'm so sorry. I didn't know you'd resort to that. We've got a random road cone there. I'm not sure what we want to do with that. Maybe we can use it to mark where we want to put our animal trailer that we'll find eventually, surely. Now we do have a car. I've been running around. Just kind of like, what am I gonna do? Okay, we do need to level carpentry here for the rain collection barrels because the water is out. We really need to find cows. I think we did find the way to connect generators in this save at least, so. Yeah, I've been publishing them, but they don't seem to be lasting very long. It seems 2 weeks is the limit on Twitch, at least until, you know, like, it seems like partners get to save more, and all of that. Oh, you've been feeling bad too, huh, Shika? You're laying in bed writing your will. Oh no. I'm so sorry. You know? It's all my fault, guys. It's my bad. It's my bad. Oh, this is where we put it. Yes, we have a hand-operated press that we stole from someone's basement. But we need seed paste, which is a lot of steps. Really, we need cows. Martina needs cows. You guys need Martina needs cows like you guys need the streams, you know? Like, she's just wasting away without it. Look at her. She needs some milk. You guys, you can both go into League if I don't stream. That's motivation right there. Knowing that that's what I'm doing to you. I think I just want to drive. I don't know. Let me check. I want to look at the map. We've driven a few places, you know? We've driven around a little bit. But I want to fill out the map a little more. Like, I just want to see if there's anything I've missed around here. And hey, maybe we can raid a few houses, find some potato chips or something, you know? Martina could use some snacks. I normally go this way. I have gone the other way, though. I'm gonna drive through town. I gotta remember that the bushes actually stopped me now. Sometimes it can be useful, like, if you have a tendency to drive a little too fast and you really don't want to hit the trees, the bushes are actually kind of useful. Your survival skills... Sheikah, I know that your survival skills are good. That's why, like, I think as soon as you learn the control scheme of Zomboid, and this is for anybody, as soon as anybody learns the control scheme for Zomboid, then it's just up to, what are your survival instincts like? You know, what do you do with your ability to do things? This car doesn't have gas, but we have the keys for it now. I'm gonna mark it down. Actually, gas station is right there, and I think we have a gas can. Yes, we do. Might need the rubber hose. The controls are specific. Yeah. Oh, by the way, to anybody new to Zomboid, the tutorial is actually fully worthwhile and funny. Like, it's an entertaining tutorial that actually, in this game, the controls, there's a learning curve to enough that it's worth doing the tutorial. Yeah. The final boss has played so many survival games with me. Every time you become a beast, but this one, survival skills of a potato. Yeah, that is something I accused you of. That's why I'm like, what are you doing? I was literally like, you're acting like you have the survival skills of a potato. I know you can do better than this. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Sometimes that's how it be, though. Like, this game, there really is quite a learning curve to it. I want this truck. The engine's not so great. It sounds like it's not in good repair. So I don't want to abandon my other little car, because I like those little cars. But I do want to bring it over here to the gas station. Just park it up there. Oh, that elevator. The elevator. Apparently this fair smells. Just a smelly fair stinking up the place. It's because nobody's playing those drums. And nobody can. It's the first time I'd done that to you. I was just fed up. That was the last straw. Armitage, you were playing on a server once and 4 of you went out and got a massive horde swarm. You decided to make a funnel point on a bridge and make a stand. 3 of you took up positions, and when it was all done, you found out the last guy just got the car and left. Oh. Oh, he was like, hell no, I'm out of here. I don't know, you guys are gonna die. Yeah, he said bye. I think WoW is great for the interaction between people, because most of the time you don't have to rely on other people in that game. But sometimes you do. And when you do, you really do. But also, just silly stuff can happen in that game. Some of these zombies have such good hearing. The final boss. The beginning of the villain arc. Believable. Believable, actually. I want to go into that house, but I just started up the car, you know? I've got a feeling. I've got a feeling. Ooh. Wow, public service announcement. When you're feeling down in life and question your value or worth as a human, just play WoW and you'll find so many sad people who think they're living their best life, and suddenly yours won't seem so bad. There's just looking on the positive side of things. Some people are really, really good at making other people feel better about themselves. And that is still a skill, you know? Oh, yeah. Yeah, in my personal life, I am so not there for the drama. I'll listen to some tea, you know? But I'm not there for the drama. It's just not fun for me. I like a good story. I don't like being part of certain stories. Oh, rotten pork chop. Sadness cured. There are lots of examples of that. Oh. Just let herself in. Lock the door then. One mod I'm missing with the zombies having the ability to just open things like this and tracking me for long distances is the ability to lock windows. Just make them break the window. Nothing like having a gamer bestie except when they're too busy to game with you. Oh. Yeah. I would wake up like later in the day normally. Just on average. It's not an always thing. My schedule kind of just rotates. But, oh man, this is becoming a worse and worse situation. I hear one sliding against a door, I hear one against a window. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Feels like I went from sort of spending a lot of time doing one thing at a time to shifting around between a lot of different things in my day. When you say arc, do you mean the dino survival game? Probably. Knowing the final boss. What we got here? We got pigs. Pigs is nice. I like pigs. We tamed some crazy beasties. I want to go down and around, as horrible looking as these roads are. Oh, they're grabbing at me. I could hear them. Gotta be careful reading chat while I'm driving. Arguing the career being a lawyer, yeah. That is what it sounds like. Alright, we made it back here. We haven't gone down this way. Freedom Road. I don't know if there's gonna be another farm down this way. One time there was a Rex and it was chasing one of us in the group. Final boss comes off the cliff, somehow balances himself the entire time on the back of the Rex and just starts shaking the thing. Oh, it's almost to the group member and it just goes down. And they see the final boss run off the top of its head. I got you, bro. I liked flying around, so I would often get really fun perspectives of scenes like that. Armitage. Until you get to know people, you keep it civil. But once we're friends and comfortable, you sign yourself up for gaslighting as a love language. There's a reason we all get along here. Well, there have to be some people in society that genuinely enjoy arguing. Otherwise, no one would ever decide anything. No one would ever talk enough to decide anything. I'm pretty non-confrontational, but I also very much advocate for talking about it rather than not talking about it. Just do it in a way that considers each other, and it's not even an argument anymore, you know? Other than by virtue of being a disagreement, if it is one. Gaslighting in a humorous way is the best way to show your friends you love them. Otherwise, we wouldn't need politicians. Oh, more rabbits. Did I hit any? Okay. Feels like my audio is a little bit lower than usual. Yeah. I had it tuned down a bit so I could hear people when I was playing with the group. Oh. Barely anybody keeps emotions put, is that? Let me see. Keeps emotions out. Especially when money's involved, like in lawyer things. Yeah, money does bring a potency out in emotions. Clicky, are you calling me a politician? Politicina sounds like a ballerina who only does political performances. That is a typo that almost creates its own meaning. Too honorable to be a politician is hilarious. Armitage likes to think if they get emotional in an argument, you've won. I mean, it depends on what your goal is. If your goal is to win out in the social exchange, and especially if it's to change other people's mind, not their mind, then generally, yeah, you've probably won. But if your goal is to actually reach an agreement with the person, then probably not, you know? I think it really depends on the context of the situation. In that case. This looks like it's gonna go around for a bit longer. I'm gonna go down. Let's explore down. I know a lot of the sort of main town area, the area that we've explored already. I don't know this area as much. Like, if I'm remembering correctly, there's probably a deer path somewhere out here. But I'm not remembering much else about it. Ooh. Final boss's favorite thing is to listen to the argument or debate and then just kind of throw one thing in that shuts them both down and disconnect them with a "until next time." Just disconnect from the conversation. Poof. I like that to some extent because it gives them both something to think about together. Whether that's just by virtue of being confused by something or not, neither of them knowing how to respond to it, you know? It doesn't make up for the stress gained and the time lost arguing, yeah. Yeah, and that one just depends on how much you like arguing. Oh, we got some fun conversation going on. Amadaj tends to gauge people through the exchange, and when it gets to the point things are becoming emotional, then you can disconnect, and it's just seeing how long you can push their buttons. And yeah, that's it's a very easy way to display to the audience that they're not being logical. Each person's perspective is different, so each person needs an individually constructed logical argument to change their perspective. That fills in gaps in their individual knowledge set and connects the dots sufficiently. However, appeal to emotion arguments don't need to be individualized so long as the emotion is societally generic. That's why logic almost never wins in a courtroom. So Clicky's saying that it's because of how widely applicable emotional arguments are. They're just going to, on average, be more effective on people. And that one makes sense. Final boss, you think the best one was when someone says, "Why aren't you bothered?" Well, you don't argue with stupid people. That's not a good way to go about it, though. You're right. And yeah, like, there's a whole range of situations where one might be arguing with people they don't really want to deal with. There's not much of a reason to have a good faith argument with them. They're not giving you much of a reason to, because they're not having a good faith argument with you generally. Some people just will not change their minds no matter what, though. People want validation, not truth. Can't logic someone out of a place they didn't logic into. Yeah, emotion is not logical. And the things that change one's mind when it comes to emotional things are often not the things that one would logically expect. In retrospect, they might make sense. But it's often not something that you would ever reach that conclusion logically, other than just... Ooh. Did you see how that mob of zombies turned to look at me? Other than... You know, like following the trail of your emotions, you know, like being able to be introspective enough to notice your emotional responses to things and kind of let that guide you. That's kind of a way at it. But the logical brain and the emotional brain have trouble talking to each other. Like, a lot of trouble talking to each other. Emotions aren't logical. Yeah, but a logical person with an emotional understanding is not so much going to win an argument, but make you wish you didn't start the conversation. Yeah, especially if that person did not want to be bothered with it in the first place. And at the same time, if you approach that person in a completely different way, you might get a much more reasonable discussion from them. It's just that requires an emotional awareness that maybe they don't have. You know, maybe they're just not there yet. The only way we get to these places is by talking. Okay, I don't want to run all the rabbits over, but also... Damn. They do be running. Otherwise, I'd try to grab some. And again, I think it kind of comes down to what is the goal of the argument. Because there's usually a reason for one to put the effort into the argument, or there's not a reason to put the effort into the argument. There's a bunch of blood here. Yeah, podcast called You Learned Something New Today. Well, we learned something new today. I like that. Sometimes that kind of just looks like looking at something new even. But there's always something new to learn. You told someone as a joke, American Indians are not native to the area. This then turned into a debate about them being Eskimos because you knew this person was going to feel they were right. You were very surprised when you said Google it and were right. Oh. Oh. Whoops. Yeah. You both learned something new that day, yeah? The answer is always check. Google it. Check sources. Yeah. Logic is a tool, but by itself, it can't set the goal. Karen, yes. I love your wording there. You can use logic to get to a place, but what's the place you're trying to get to? emotion is the thing that kind of sets the goal there, yeah. Or at least it assists in understanding what you want, you know? Because otherwise, what's the difference between going one place and another? Clicky and the final boss like arguing with each other. Or at least Clicky likes arguing with them. Yeah. If both sides are passively avoiding being hostile while actively wording statements to be both entertaining and informative, the process can be as fun as the conclusion. Yes, absolutely. Arguing doesn't have to be hostile. I think that's the biggest thing here. The hostility behind arguments has a lot to do with the rest of the context and, like, yeah, even the baggage that we bring into arguments. I'd love to hear you two having a podcast. Oh, they're eating. Yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt dinner. Or lunch, I guess. It's more lunchtime. Oh. This is the Amish colony, isn't it? This is the area where they are. Or the cult, I'm not sure. Really not sure. Nothing fresh here, though. Had a walkie-talkie on the table there. Yeah, it's like science is a tool, a method. It answers questions, removes lies, but what sets the question? Curiosity or some other kind of need or emotion, but not science or logic. Yeah, like you can logically come to the conclusion of like next steps or recognized needs, but that's what it is. It's a recognized need. Yeah. Or even just a recognized potential for fulfillment of some sort. Emotional fulfillment can mean a lot of things. And I would say that curiosity, it feels like an emotional process, you know? I don't know that I'd ever thought of it in that way, you know, tried to define whether it's a sort of logical or an emotional process, but maybe it's intertwined. It kind of feels like both are involved with it. So we've learned that there are some pretty terrifying clusters of zombies. Like, a lot of this road has been pretty clear, but there's been a few pretty decent-sized groups. I love that noise a little too much. Alright, we'll go back home. She needs to eat. Ooh. Interesting. Clicky uses a method for cooking food. You use intrinsic meaning to decide what you want to eat. Like, leeks aren't better than onions, but they are in Stilton and leek soup. Because Stilton and onion soup would taste too oniony. That is interesting. Yeah, I like that as a way of sort of contextualizing things. Also, yeah, Clicky makes some really good looking food. Envy causing food. So we found some pigs. I feel like bacon could help us. It could. But getting the pigs back here is a bit of an issue, considering we do not have a single animal trailer so far. This... Martina's a bit unlucky, it feels like. She doesn't have the trade or anything, but she's a little bit unlucky. She got nothing but sheep. Subway decided to make their prices nuclear. I'm mad about it too, honestly. It's so sad. No, I want Subway. I know, right? Me too. Sandwiches for everybody, please. We all missed Subway when they were reasonable. It's one of those things where at a certain point it's just a matter of precedent. It's just like, what? No. I'm not buying your sandwich when it's that price. I am not setting that standard. I'm just gonna put the instant popcorn on there. Yeah, everywhere their prices went up like crazy, and when their old most memorable thing was $5 footlongs. $5 footlongs. And now it's like $13 or something like that. And it's not even really a foot long. Now, if I was going to the place, it would probably be cheaper. I am ordering, and that bumps up the price. But it's ridiculous. England is home of the most expensive and shitty sub sandwiches. That is sad. All the more reason to make your own. It's just gonna be better. When you can make 3 or 4 sandwiches with more for the price of a Subway sandwich, it's a problem. It really, really is. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not gonna give them that much money for a sandwich. I'm not. When they bring the prices down, I will buy from them again. But until that happens, no. I will make my own, and they'll be better for that price. And I'll have several of them. Exactly. Yeah, I'd rather put in the... It's a sandwich. It's not all that much effort to make it as good, if not better, as a Subway. Especially if you got the right bread. Let's see. Oh. Kind of want more rabbits before I start eating them. I'm thinking about grabbing one of those heads. I'd have to stop by the chicken factory to get more, though. May as well just stop by the chicken factory for the chickens that I want to eat. That's why you stopped going to Five Guys. They didn't make the burgers any different than how you'd make them at home. Yeah. And I don't know if they don't toast their buns or if their burgers are just that greasy. But they have a serious problem with soggy buns. Those Five Guys. I think I'll grab a knife at least so I can butcher the thing. actually, you know what? I've got some spare meat cleavers and stuff like that. Those actually make nice weapons. We'll keep those on us. They're that greasy. Using cheap beef usually means there's more fat in it, so the burgers are greasy as fuck. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. It's one of those things where it's like, if this bun was toasted, I really would not be able to tell ever. You know? Ooh. You either make a loaf or buy a what? Tiger chest loaf. Buy a cheap whole chicken, roast it, break it down, pack salad, make your own dressing. All that is way cheaper than a normal order from Subway. For how much you get out of it, I'm guessing way cheaper. You said in caps. Cheaper. When burger's so greasy, the toasted bun is like a soup. Exactly, yeah. Yeah. And like, I love their soda fountains and stuff like that. I love the general sentiment behind packing a million fries into the bag just because they can. But the fries aren't that good. Unfortunately. There's some floppy fries. They got soggy buns on the burgers. And yeah, actually, I made burgers for the first time, like, last week? Was my first time experimenting with making them, like, pretty much completely myself. Like, I bought the buns and stuff like that. But I mixed the meat up. I made the burgers. First two were not better than, like, restaurant or fast food. You know, like, I've had better at a restaurant. The first two I made. But by the third one, it was already better than what I'd be paying, like, $20 for a meal for. It's just not worth it. I did it because I was really craving burgers. But again, like, I look at the prices and it's like, this is just rude. Like, that's just rude. It's like 8 normal sandwiches, better quality, and it's just over half the price of your normal order. Yeah. Yeah. On the upside, I'm actually really enjoying learning how to cook. Are you attacking me now, guys? Oh, they scratched me. They got mad because I killed one of them. Good to know. There's still a zombie on this farm. They're wandering over because the chickens are making noises. I leveled my axe skill from using a meat cleaver. That's a few of them and they're kind of trailing in while it's getting dark. I already harvested the chicken, I'll go. Chicken is another thing. I gotta figure out if it's just, you know, the way that I've had it prepared, or if I just don't like chicken. It's one of those things. Maybe sometimes I'm just picky about the way things are prepared, especially meats. It's not like I don't like a chicken nugget or something like that, you know? It's just when poultry textures get weird, they get pretty weird. But I'm thinking a lot of that probably has to do with preparation. Ooh, never underestimate getting a generic pot of pre-minced garlic and oil. 2 tablespoons to, oh, let's see. 2 tablespoon pre-minced garlic to 2 chicken breasts in a freezer bag. Add paprika, leave it for 24 hours in the fridge. Roast it the next day in the oven or air fryer, covered. Makes excellent hot chicken sandwiches, or leave it to cool in the fridge and slice for cold cuts. Okay, that sounds interesting. Even vegans want chicken-like stuff. Yeah, see, the flavor is pretty good. Especially, like, when fried stuff starts getting involved. Fried chicken, pretty good. It's just the slimy textures that can sometimes happen. I'll bite into one, like, pocket of slime in meat, and the whole thing is ruined for me. Yeah, I like the crispy textures, and I like the sort of tender, soft textures, but I don't like the sort of, like the tendons, the places where you gotta like bite and stretch and stuff like that. If it's slimy, that shit wasn't good. Yeah, no, I'm not saying like uncooked, because it would be pink. Chicken, it's really obvious when it's not cooked. But yeah, like I'm talking like pockets of fat that are partially rendered. That's normally in other foods. But fried chicken sometimes, and this might just be a matter of like maybe it's how they're frying it, maybe it's how long it's been since they've fried it and to when it's being eaten. But there'll sometimes be this like layer between the breading and the chicken itself that is slimy. I don't know how to describe it other than that. It's got like a film in there, and it makes the breading soggy eventually. Slimy textures happen because the surface wasn't dried properly first. You have to salt and leave it for 15 minutes tops, and then pat it and dry it with a paper towel first. Then egg wash and flour, egg wash and breadcrumbs. Okay. And see, it makes sense that like something like that is a little bit finicky and would probably not be done perfectly in a fast food setting. But it's something that, like, textures are the biggest thing for me. Like, I can love the flavor of something, but if I hate the texture of it, I can't eat it. I just can't stomach it. Meanwhile, we're making Martina eat chicken's feet that she just harvested. Hasn't even cooked them. Apparently doesn't need to. Let's see. Barbecue still has 16 hours on it. Let's barbecue the chicken. Most fast food settings use a water-based batter, so it just feels soggy. Got you. Oh, you were disappointed in the UK KFC. I know that they have different rules about that kind of stuff. Well, I can see certain areas would suffer. I think I'd be doing a lot of stuff myself in that situation. We really got a collection of skulls coming together here. Oh no. The saddest thing about the UK KFC, it's the highest rated and top fast food place in the UK. They're your best generic main fast food. Oh, like the big names, I'm guessing you mean by that. That is pretty sad. That is pretty sad. I'm sure that Martina loves this chicken right now, you know? Like, every time she harvests from the chickens, she gets a little bit better at butchering. So hopefully we're getting more fatty cuts. Because she should really realize by now that she needs some fat. But it is chicken. It is chicken. I think we're gonna need those pigs. Do I have any books to read or something? There's just enough time. A magazine or something like that. No. We will take our tracking 1 book up there. Generic is right. You go in there and you're like, no, I'll just cook from now on. Yeah. Yeah, that is the sound of it. That's really a shame. Wonder if I sit here, do I have enough light? For now. You'll eat a salad! Oh no. That really does not say good things. Yeah, probably, judging by this conversation and a lot of the conversations I've had about it before, once I figure out how I like chicken, I'm probably gonna love chicken. But I'm probably also gonna have to do that myself. $4.40. She really loves waking up early. It is dark and the power is out. Like, I don't want to use the flashlight. Just wander over to the fridge in the dark and eat some chicken wings. Chicken is like steak. Best to find your own way of making it. Yeah, fair. Fair. That really is the sound of it. Chicken leg with us. And then, it's too dark to read. Can't check the map for our list of things to do. But really, we know the list. We need food. Actually, I'll bring more food with me. I'll just bring all of it with me in the car. And we'll go looking around today. It's an animal trailer that I need, so if I have to go to another town to get it, then I have to go to another town to get it. But we'll fill up on gas. We'll check the chicken coop. Looks like they got plenty of food here at least. Yeah, we'll clean this up for him. It looks like we'll need water too. Since we're gonna be out though, at least we won't be using as much water here. Ooh. Clicky got a little bit obsessed with not making dry chicken, so they have an alarming amount of ways to prepare chicken to be very juicy. But they pretty much all revolve around long marinating. There's a local butcher's you go to sometimes that does 72-hour black garlic marinated chicken breasts that are astonishingly good in Italian food. It sounds like they really would be. Man, we've talked about food like this entire time. When I get off stream, I'm making food immediately. I hope you all know this. I don't even know what I'm making yet, but I will be making something. Oh yeah, I gotta drop this stuff. Oh. Why are they so cute? It's so tiny. Look at how little. We have multiple baby bunnies. I wonder why they just had the one though. I wonder if that's all that survived or if they don't have litters. Alright, I'm gonna stop by somewhere else to get some water. Actually, I think the gas station diner area. We'll stop and get some water. Fill up on gas. Not really at the point where I want to set up a generator at the house yet, just because we don't really have much food to preserve anyway at this point. No garden set up, still need the water collection to set up that stuff anyway. Yeah, I think the most important thing right now is finding the animals that are going to give us the things we need to survive. Which means we need an animal trailer, and I'll check out the truck. Because if that's in really good condition, then it's going to do a lot better at hauling the animal trailer. I heard somebody else. I like how she hobbles, like, around the knife that's in her. Don't know if that's just a coincidence of the particular animation that one uses. It looked pretty cool. Sometimes we still like going stomping, even though we have weapons. Oh, I thought they were the cops for a second. No. No guns on them. Sometimes it feels like zombie noises are carried to me on the wind. It's just enough of a sound to make me a bit paranoid. Yeah, if we try to haul an animal trailer in this little car, then it's probably not gonna go too well for us. Like, it's just gonna be really slow. 38% on the engine is not nice, though. Really not my favorite thing. Gas tank is looking pretty rough. Would really suck to have a leak in the gas tank, you know? Water. That's the other thing I want. I don't like this area. You got eaten? There was a zombie in the house you were looting. This is why you gotta check the house before you get too comfortable. Sometimes they'll hide out behind a door, just being very, very quiet. feel like if that truck breaks down, then we're gonna be a lot worse off than, you know, just going kind of slow. Because we can come back for the animal trailer if we need to. You also turned off game sounds to listen to the stream? Yeah, Zomboid is not the game for that. I'm sorry, friend. I'm happy to hear you're playing it, though. It sounds like you're enjoying it. Even being eaten can be fun sometimes. I'm trying to remember. Dwarf Fortress, they have a saying. They have a saying. It's like, dying is fun or losing is fun or something like that. And it's true. Some of my best Dwarf Fortress stories are really weird losses. Oh, sprinters, hello. Not my favorite people there. Once you know what you're doing, it's not that scary. Yeah. It becomes more and more comfortable. It's funny, you and your character become more comfortable with it over time. Because at first, your character, like, every time they see a zombie, they get really scared. Their heart is just pounding in their chest. But then eventually, it takes a lot more zombies to scare them. And then a lot more, because they know that they've been through it, you know? They've survived through worse. Deer! Okay, so I'm gonna back up a bit, and then I'm gonna mark right here, because the thing is, as far as I'm aware, the deer are actually on paths. So this right here, what I'm marking, it's not where the deer will always be, but this is along one of the paths that they go along. So if we ever want to track them, we can start tracking them from there, from what I understand. Now, I've not leveled the tracking skill before, so that is still, like, I mean, I'm not completely sure, but I've definitely read about it a little as they've been updating it. Oh, this place has really good loot, but look at that. Guns Unlimited. What does that say? Your Second Amendment playground. Guns Unlimited. Right there. Look at all those zombies. Everyone wanted to stop by Guns Unlimited. Yeah, even the training area. Completely overrun. Yeah, that's a big old nope. That place is gonna take a while to fight our way into. And honestly, you almost want to have looted the place already before you ever go into it. You almost want guns to clear all that. There are some cars here, and it's pretty empty. I'm gonna leave the car on until I know that there aren't zombies tracking me. Did I fart our way into? Did I? I no longer know what I said. Oh yeah, fight our way into. Now, if that is the form of combat, you gotta have some pretty bad farts to scare zombies off. That's what I figure. You gotta really gas those guys out. I don't know if Martina can outstink a zombie. There's a lot of beer in this car. Let's just take that with us. Loving all the matchbooks and lighters and stuff we're finding. That will be super useful. Oh. That is not enough bullets to use that gun. But I'll take it. Really? Absolutely nothing in the trunk? Nothing. Alright, that didn't take us very long. You gotta remove the bodies or they stink? Yeah. Actually, if you sleep in a room with the corpses of zombies, you know, the re-deaded zombies, it can actually make you really sick in this game. Like, you can actually die from it. But yeah, just fighting over a bunch of corpses, your character might even get a little nauseous if there's enough of them. It's just if you spend a whole lot of time around them, that your character can get pretty sick. That's why sleeping around them is the problem, because your character sleeps for like hours on end. And if they've got a zombie right next to them, like a dead zombie. If they're the undead as zombies, then a dead zombie is re-dead. Isn't it? Totino's pizzas, but turn it into a taco. You try to treat it like a New York pizza, like folding it over. Oh no, not a Hollywood undead. This is the path we've been down yet. No, okay. I think I'm gonna have to go to the other farming town probably, or at least head towards that way to find cows. If I find him, I will mark him on the map. I should have been marking the pigs and stuff I was finding on the map, but there were a lot of zombies in the areas we were driving past. Some of them sprinted. More sheep. You have next to no sense of smell, so you can't relate to any of that. Oh, by the way, I was thinking about that when it comes to cooking, and I realized baking actually might be the answer. Because the thing with baking is, the entire point is that you're not supposed to be, like, opening it and doing checks on it that way. There's a very specific amount of time that it's supposed to be in there, at a very specific heat. And then when you take it out, the tests are all very strict, like a toothpick or something like that. And if something sticks to the toothpick, then it's not done. It's very obvious, even if you can't, like, smell that it's done yet. Because there are smell signals with baking, but you don't necessarily need them because everything is, you know, so specific already. You know, all the timings and everything are already set out. Rather than, you know, it's on the stovetop. Unless you're using a thermometer or something constantly. It's hard to tell exactly what's going on. Yeah, like cake baking or like putting a lasagna in the oven. Exactly. You don't have to rely on smell to be able to tell with the baking usually. Well, it may be the way, because there's all kinds of stuff that you can bake. Actually, I prefer baking to cooking. I'm pretty... It feels like less natural to me. I like having the specific measurements that actually should be specific and stuff like that, and know that I'm doing it right and that it's going to turn out how I want it to consistently. What are these cones even trying to achieve? Just something to hit, I guess. Still waiting on your snickerdoodles? I took some pictures the last time I made them, but I wasn't quite satisfied with them. I think maybe the batter didn't mix consistently. Snickerdoodles, they're supposed to have this nice like crack in the middle of them. And some of them did, some of them didn't. And it may have just been, some of the cookies were a bit smaller. Smaller cookie, smaller crack. I really like going fast in the car in this game. But also, this is unexplored territory. There might be a wreck, like, just out of sight. Oh, hello. Someone clip what? Oh. Oh, oh. Hello. Ah, I don't like this. Oh, this is a bad situation. Irvington's bad. Irvington is really bad. We gotta keep moving. We gotta keep moving. If we slow down, this is enough zombies to pin us. In this little car. I don't care if we're breaking it down. We'll hit them. Okay, so that is not the way we want to leave. That road connects, but I don't know how far it goes in. I ran over Jerry. There's Waldo. Yeah. Oh, why are we leaving the car? That's the wrong button. Nope. So Irvington is very busy with these zombie settings. Reminder to anybody who wasn't here when I was setting this one up. The settings in this game are meant to replicate the server settings of a nightmarish server that several people are supposed to be playing on. So like, with several people at one time, sometimes a problem is that there's not enough zombies. I may have gone a little overboard with that, though. I think that's more than enough zombies. Especially with sprinters. It's literally a 1% chance of sprinters, by the way. There's just that many zombies. And we're a month in, too. I think I put the peak to 2 months. So there's gonna be even more. What is this over here? I don't want to hop that fence. It was the messiest pizza you've ever eaten in your life? 0 regrets. Excellent. Food envy in the chat tonight. Oh, that's some nice water right there. That's a lot of zombies right there. Mount Marino. You're trying so hard not to order a pizza. I don't think we even can order a pizza here right now. I'm so sad. The, oh. What? What even is this place? Why are there so many of them here? Is this Burning Man? Like, what? They're out in a field. Okay, you're sprinting. Goodbye. Oh. It's a speedway. Oh. This is the racetrack. Isn't it? Are we near the racetrack or something? Is this a train station? What the hell? Irvington Speedway. Okay. Oh, yeah, what I was saying before I saw that many zombies. Not only are they zombies, they're redneck zombies, yeah. Yeah. I don't even know if they were zombies. They were saying NASCAR. Bro. That reminds me of the time I needed something from a gym in-game, but I was worried about going to the gym. It was when I had first started playing. Because I was like, what if the zombies there are just really muscular or something, you know? What if they're particularly tough zombies because they're at the gym? That's where they were every day in life, you know? No, my oven broke. I said this before, but the way I found out, I had prepared a frozen pizza because, you know, I had the pizza itch. And if you make up a frozen pizza well enough, it's a good pizza. It's a good pizza. It had crumbly cheese. It had herbs. It was yummy yummy. And I opened the oven that was supposed to have been heating, and no heat. You're now picturing zombie Eddie Hall and you're not happy? I'm not happy with that image either. That's terrifying. It's just all upper bodies. They can't even chase you. They're just the slowest, most terrifying zombies ever. Like, if they catch you and hit you, they will destroy you. But whether they catch you is a question. That whole area has a tall fence around it. There's probably a million zombies in there. But I'm really curious because I can't see what's on the other side. Stort and log, scrap and repair beyond compare. Start forming together in order to make a giant one with actual legs. Oh god. It's like Transformers, but worse. Let's see, where are we? Alright, this goes back through Irvington. Which it looks like we may need to do. But I really don't want to do. I know there should be cows. somewhere in the area. In the same way as there's a chicken farm, there is a place where it's like a factory farm for all of the animals, basically. There's spawns. They're teeny tiny little cages. But basically anything can spawn in those areas. You've watched Eddie Hall leg press like 16 people casually. He stopped adding people because there weren't more people to add. Just everybody in the gym. I don't survive the zombie apocalypse. The zombie apocalypse tries to survive me. Believable. Again, one of my favorite kinds of runs in this, I turn respawns off, but leave peak day spawns on. And my goal is just to kill all of the zombies. Oh, look at that. It's a whole group of the babies lagging behind the group. They just sacrificed all of them. Like, go ahead, hit the babies. I probably could steal a baby. But we'd have to steal the mother too, otherwise we'd have to feed it by hand. You're saying roll over them. Ah, they make the most horrible noise when you do. It's so sad. But also, roadkill is viable food. Fresh roadkill, you know? What is this? Anybody home? I'll leave the car on. Okay, this is kind of cool. This is kind of cool. They, like, partially built it. We could totally finish this if we wanted to. Looks like the place has been robbed. But if it hadn't been, there probably would be stuff for actually making it a house all over it. This is probably a really good place if you want to build your own. Right here, it's Boy Whistle Road and Cattle Road. It's where they meet. This is an interesting place for building it yourself. I might mark it somehow. Little tent. Boy whistle, the opposite of cat calling. Doesn't it sound like that? That means there's someone else here. Go home now, it was a trap. Ooh. Now you want to hear the rabbit noise? Oh no. If not Eddie Hall, then who'd be the world's most terrifying zombie? Usain Bolt, I feel like that's a contender, but zombies seem to lose some of their speed when they become zombies. Brian Shaw, Eddie Hall, but a foot bigger. That is pretty terrifying. That again, it's in the category of if they catch you, then it's horrible. Like, it's gonna be a really bad time if they catch you. And in the entire scary part of zombies is that they're endurance predators that never need to sleep, never need to rest. They will eventually catch up with you. So the big builds like that, they work. I think sprinters are pretty scary, though. Sprinters are a horrifying concept if we're including them. Like, if Usain Bolt could keep his speed when he was a zombie, that's a pretty scary one, too. Rotting green goblin face staring at you? Oh, no. Shack would probably be pretty scary too, just by virtue of reach. Because the zombies, they try to reach out and grab you. You get grabbed. Oh, this driveway sucks. Unless I'm parked on a bush or something. Yeah, we'd have to work on the driveway there. Yeah, that's a fun little project right there. I don't know if I like how close it is to the houses. Like, let's see. I would want fields, you know? In this build, I'm really enjoying farming. I feel like the survival runs are a lot more viable too. The kind where you kind of just go off into the woods and figure stuff out. Build 42 initially, it wasn't really viable. Just because there were so many tools and stuff you needed and recipes before you could go off into the woods and actually survive and be able to make things. He thought about Shaq and realized that he would be the zombie king. He's so popular that he's pretty much always be the center of a zombie army. They'd all be able to tell where he is too, because he's the tallest. Like, they wouldn't lose track of him. Alright, I'm glad she can eat while she's driving. Jackie Chan or Bruce Lee. Ooh. Like, high agility builds. I feel like that is... Normally, that's one of the advantages that you have over zombies, is agility. The less that becomes a thing, you know? Like, the more you narrow the differences between the people and the zombies, the scarier it becomes. Because they always have the advantage of they don't get tired. They do not sleep. If Martina ever decides that she wants to be a smoker, she's well set for it. I think I'm gonna leave the key in the glove box. Got limited space on my keychain now. This little area is really clear. It's weird. It still feels like we're too close to the really busy area for it to be this clear. They must just not have migrated because we haven't been here yet. We got some cereal now, though. Bruce Banner. Bruce Banner would be the scariest. Would he still be able to go Hulk? Would Hulk be zombie Hulk? You know? Pretty much impossible to out-cardio Ronaldo. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, as soon as the normal rules stop working, like cardio, there's a problem. Rocky Balboa, the boxing zombie. Oh no. Karen, if we're going fictional, you vote Lightning McQueen. Oh no. He's gonna run everyone down. Yeah. Yeah, I figured Zombie Hulk probably was a thing at some point in time. Honestly, that was part of the word choice there. I was not familiar, but I am familiar with their game. This is a place we probably could sleep here. I think we probably will. Just because it is so clear around here. Hulk is basically a zombie. Green? Check. Angry? Check. Loud? Check. You know what? It's all there. Zombie Deadpool out there being sarcastic as he eats you? Oh. Oh, man. I can actually picture that, too. I think that, actually, thinking about it... Oh, hey, a comic book. That is probably the most terrifying one. A zombie that can regenerate itself. Because part of, again, another thing that we have as an advantage is the zombies do not regenerate. Once they have been injured in a certain... Like, if you break a zombie's leg... Even though someone can't kill the zombie, if they break its leg, that zombie will forever have a broken leg. It will forever be shambling along because of that, no matter how fast it was before. But zombie Deadpool? If his regeneration still works, that's scary. Zombie Hulk ate Galactus and gained spaceflight, then proceeded to go around the universe eating everything. Gas Lactus is the best typo ever made. It's just when he's a bit gassy. Now this is literally called Cattle Road. So if there are not cattle on this road, I'm gonna be upset. He ate too many. Beautiful. Calfrin and cattle. Okay. Okay, there's some zombies. That's a whole other way to kill a zombie. Yeah. Pigs. There are pigs here. Yes, there are. Different kinds as well. Love to see it. So on Cattle Road, there are pigs. And this bothers me. There is no symbol for pigs right now. There's a symbol for chicken, deer, cows, rabbits, sheep. Nothing for pigs. I'll just use a little circle. Like their nose, you know? Is there anything I can use for little nostril lines? Yeah. Nah, they're too big. No. No. Not really a good way to mark that there's pigs other than just, I guess I'll use a circle because their noses are round. They got little snoots. Everyone watching the timeline. Oh, that's so many pigs. Why are there so many pigs on Cattle Road? There's no icon of you. Not yet. You're not in this one. What is this? For the piggies? Oh. Don't be mean to yourself. Oh yeah, we had a scratch from the chickens. That went away fast, at least. Kind of curious about what's in here. Don't know how many zombies might be around, though. If we have to, we can run out that garage door real fast. Doesn't look like we have to, though. I don't think we're gonna find much in the produce boxes. Because most things will be rotten by now. Okay, he's not a sprinter. Okay. You guys can pound on that door for a while. I don't need any produce boxes with bits of rotten produce in them. Not right now. I think there is probably somewhere around here for hay. But I'm not sure I'm in the same area that I'm remembering. They hadn't named the streets like this before. Okay, I'm gonna stay on Cattle Road. Just look around here. Nice little lake. Oh. Okay, I might like this town. Martina is on quite a road trip right now. Look at that lake. I love that. Path leads right up to it. Do we have any more animals? Pigs. More pigs. Nothing but pigs on Cattle Road. Poor pigs, man. That's a lot of zombies. Martina's on a road trip specifically looking for cows. She found a place called Cattle Road. And she's found nothing but pigs along this street. Alright, still on Cattle Road when we pass through here. It is fun, by the way. I've driven along those tracks before. Just because driving around is really fun in Build 42 for some reason. But also the Week 1 mod, one of the easiest ways, at least when I was playing it, to survive all of the chaos that happens is to literally just load up a car and be nomadic for a while. Just keep driving as much as you can. Try not to pass out. There's a spear through that zombie. Brock Cattle Farm. Oh, this is a lot of zombies. Oh no. Just keep the pedal on. Keep the pedal on. Oh, not the fucking bushes. Not the bushes. Keep the pedal on. Just keep going. Oh boy. If they pin us, we're fucked. Okay, we're good. Cattle farm is a no, but there are trailers there and probably every type of animal inside. Yeah, look at that. There's cows in there. There's cows out of there too, and there's an animal trailer. Okay, that cattle farm is probably the place we need to raid. That's a lot of zombies. It's not as many as when we pulled into Irvington. More chickens. More pigs. Okay, we'll mark this place with, I mean, we could really mark it with like everything probably. There's pigs, there's sheep. There's probably chickens there. Might even be turkeys in there. That is one thing. I haven't seen any turkeys yet, and usually they're pretty common. This feels like a really weird save as far as the animals go. Okay, this is not great. We're probably gonna have to retire this car after this road trip. It's best if we don't hit them head on. Is that a raccoon? Yeah, it's a raccoon. Look at him going. Hey, thanks. Let's see. Was that a follow? No. Generator. This town is now called Sheikah Land. But I think there's a place we could label it. Yeah, let's add a note. Sheikah Land. It's a good thing we pause while we're adding stuff to the map because wow, this is quite a place, isn't it? Okay. We can do it. We can do it. Quicker liquor. I'm going this way. Oh boy. Our windshield's gone. There's a tire popping. We just gotta keep moving. I don't care if we're missing a tire. We gotta get away from the zombies. If we have to drop off and run into the field, then we can. It would be nice to be able to make it back with this car. But we may need to find one in this town. Get out of Sheikah Land immediately. Yeah, this car is looking rough. That path ends. We're missing a tire, just dragging along a gravel road. Okay, it's quieter down here. Much quieter. Sheikah Land is dangerous. Okay, so this area was really busy when we went past it. Now, if we do break down, it would be better to break down closer to here. Because it was pretty busy, but that gets us into the general area and we can skip the Irvington route. This right here, Hogwalla Road. Yes, Hogwalla Road, that's where we want to be. So I gotta go back around there. Okay, let's see what's this direction. Hopefully it is quieter. We are tired though. We might want to sleep out here. Just in the car while it's quiet. Pull off to the side. Eat some eggs. We still have a little bit of water left. We've gotten ourselves into a very dangerous situation here. But we did get a lot of information out of it. Like, we have several things marked on the map now that we just did not have before. And that perpetuates, even if Martina dies. She will have gotten information for every survivor after her. We did find cows, we did find an animal trailer, but it's gonna be quite a task to get the ones we found. Alright, I think I'm gonna wait until it's pretty late. before I let her sleep, just because the car is not going to be very comfortable. She's probably not going to sleep very long at a time. How are we doing on weight? We've been eating the entire time we've been in the car, it feels like, and we're still going down. This is why we're on this adventure. It's kind of just becoming a matter of life or death, whether we have a source of fat. At least a reliable one. Chickens are too lean. Broken windshield is not great. I kind of wish they had added some kind of stealth system in the cars when they interacted with the stealth system. You've seen some fat chickens in your time? I think as she gets better at butchering, she should get just more nutritious cuts in general off of the animals. But she's not very good at it yet. She's kind of been struggling. There we go. Properly tired. A little uncomfortable. She literally is a little uncomfortable. Just from the car seat. Hey, she actually woke up at a reasonable hour. It's light out. Alright. Oh boy. It's gonna be hard to get out of here with one tire on the front. Oh, it does not want to move. What if I do this? How did I get into this position, but I can't get out? Did a bush grow underneath me during the night? Oh no. Oh man, I gotta fight. That's what she said. Oh no. Just wake up and it's sprouted. That guy has a weapon for me at least. Hello, Ossifer. Levi Marshall. The guy had a name and a badge and everything. If I'm gonna set up the jokes like that, you almost have to go for him, huh? Oh, holster. Nightstick is pretty awesome. That was one of my favorite weapons from the first game. The first game. The Build 41. Build 41. I'm actually thinking of it as different games. That's how different it is. I just realized that. That's how my brain is registering it. This is so different as far as, like, even just the beginning progression. You know, what you have to do to get set up in this game. Oh, man. this one wheel being missing is a serious pain for off-roading. That is kind of to be expected, but I was expecting to at least get back onto the road when I pulled off that little. Like, can't I give it a little shove or something? It's a small car. Like, all it needs is a little bit of help. It's kind of going on a diagonal now. Come on. No. We're ended up having to hike home. You know, we might end up making a new home here. Well, this car is GG'd. Actually, I'm gonna... Can I... Which one is it? Is it this one? Yes, it is. Okay. Anything else we can take out of there, actually? No, not really. Not really. Well, this is an entirely different kind of adventure now. If this house is kind of quiet, then it's at least a place to secure before I stop for now. Don't want to break the window right next to me. I don't know if they'll actually be able to see through that window with the vines growing up on it. Like that. We don't have power, so it gets pretty dark inside if you close every curtain. Ugh, rotten mutton chop, rotten tomatoes. Dull knife, but we can sharpen it. They even had a whetstone, they just weren't sharpening their knife. I know a few people like that. Alright, so here at least we have somewhere where we can pick up water, stuff like that. We've got a little shed out back that we can check for weapons as well. So the goals here and the goals over here are a little bit different. Basically, we just need a car again. We need a car. We need to escape. Car escape. That is what we need. We need out of Sheikah-land. We got into Sheikah-land, and now we can't leave. Oh yeah, Heroes of the Storm. I remember looking into that at one point. Well, you guys enjoy. I think I will stop for now. Now that we've left a huge issue for future us, it's just a huge adventure for the future. That's what it really is. But yes, it has been quite fun. It is now called Sheikaland, bro. Okay, wait, can I move it? Is this the move? Yeah. I feel like leaving this note here will actually be pretty funny with that right there as well, just to remember what happened here. We have an annotated map now, where one of the people leaving them. But yes, it has been very fun. I always love gaming with you guys. Sheikah's new car. It's like the Emperor's new groove, Sheikah's new car. Car, escape! I will see you guys tomorrow. I will not be missing it again. I took my day because I was sick. I'm actually feeling a lot better now, too. It was worthwhile. But yes, thank you all for coming. Thanks for making it such a fun time.